Agnes.
Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Alex, and we're freshmen here at the University of Richmond. Over the past few weeks, we've been conducting research here in the Gambles Mill Eco Corridor.
The Eco Corridor has been under construction at the University of Richmond for the past 2 years. The Bio Department decided to monitor the return of wildlife back into the Eco Corridor. We decided to look into the amphibians returning back here.
For our project, we set up 12 minnow traps along 12 different sites in the Eco Corridor. At each site, we took inventory and classified the organisms that we found. Primarily, we found tadpoles, which we measured the largest and the smallest of, and we also found other miscellaneous organisms, including crayfish, small fish, and adult frogs.
Amphibians are crucial bioindicators for ecosystem health. Recently, many species have been on the decline, and some of them have even been considered invasive. We wanted to document the presence of the amphibians in the Eco Corridor to establish a baseline understanding of their presence here so that in-depth, detailed research can be performed at a later date.
This is an example of one of our circulating water sites.
This is an example where we consider a stagnant water site.
This is another example of a circulating water site.
And this is another example of a stagnant water site.
Now that we have a little bit of context into what we did here in the Eco Corridor, let's get into some of the specifics and the data that we collected.
And here are our research specifics. Our hypothesis was that there will be more amphibians in stagnant waters than in circulating waters. So over the course of a couple of weeks, we sampled a total of 11 times, inventorying, measuring, and IDing each amphibian. There were a total of 12 sites. Each had a minnow trap in them and varied in whether they were in stagnant, vernal, or circulating water pools. Our sampling took place Mondays through Fridays. We removed them over the weekends in order to preserve our data.
We were able to conclude that there was no significant difference between the abundance of amphibians in stagnant pools versus circulating water. The one-tailed t-test provided us with a p-value of 0.2878, which was greater than our alpha value of 0.05. In terms of statistics, when our p-value is greater than 0.05, we cannot claim that there is a significant difference between the two sets of data, versus when it is less than 0.05, we can claim that there would be more amphibians found in stagnant pools. And in this case, because of this, we fail to reject the null hypothesis, and there is no difference between the two. On the right-hand side, you can see there is a data table that provides the mean count for the stagnant pools and the circulating pools, and the one-tail and two-tail p values for that as well. And below, there is a bar chart for the means of the two pools and the standard deviation for them.
Throughout our project, we found a general increase in tadpole length as the season went on. We found mainly tadpoles and frogs, such as green frogs, spring peepers, and bullfrogs. We also found one salamander and some other miscellaneous organisms, such as crayfish, small fish, snails, and a few others.
In the future for this additional research, our research can provide basic data on amphibian populations in general. Because we captured mostly tadpoles, it would probably be most useful in tadpole research. We could help them decide which locations would be best for their research based off of what sites tended to be more successful for us, and which ones tended to be least successful for us. In terms of studies that can go more into depth with amphibians or tadpoles, researchers could choose to analyze and compare water quality, water pH, and temperature with tadpole growth or abundance or population density. They could research further the specific classification and measurements of tadpoles or other amphibians in the regions and their metamorphosis. Or they could also study seasonal appearances, disappearances, and growths of tadpoles or different amphibians in the Eco Corridor as well.
Here are some additional photos of the tadpoles that we found.
Thanks for watching our video on our Eco Corridor project.
If you have any questions, our emails will be at the end of the video.
We hope you get a chance to visit the Eco Corridor soon.